Hello, let's do Wordle for Monday, November 17th. Yesterday we spun the wheel and it picked fruit. All right, not fruit today. In fact, all gray. We have a gray fruit. All right, so common letters are S, L, and N. We still need an E and an A as well. So is there a word that uses all these letters? Slain, but spelled wrong. Slain or sleen. We could do an L-E-A-N. I mean, C is a pretty good letter. We could do clean. Let's give that a try and just go from there. For a second, I thought I got it. I try not to celebrate until the end, but anyway, I think we're a C-A-L. There's clack. No, clank is gone. There's class. There's clasp. There's cloak. No, we can't put the A there. Okay. Clamp. We have clasp and clamp, so it makes me think we should go for one of those. So actually, clasp is really good because it gets us clasp, it gets us class, and it gets us clamp. So let's just go with that and go from there. All right, so I think it's clamp then. Nice. All right, I do like that clasp guess. I think that worked out very well. All right, strategy. Cool. Well, first thing we're going to do is spin the wheel for those who like to not watch analysis, and we'll see what we're starting with tomorrow. And we'll do a bunch of analysis like we usually do. All right, wheel. The wheel picked wheel, suggested by Anna K. So if you would like to follow along, just start with me by starting with wheel tomorrow. All right. I'm a little confused. Oh, no, it is shuffled. I was like, I thought I shuffled this. Anyway, it is shuffled. Okay. All right. So let's do the analysis. So we need the bot. Okay. So the answer was clamp. And I started with fruit, which got all gray. Let's see what it suggests. Camel. Interesting. In fact, it's very concerned about an ER, or not an ER. What's it concerned about? It claims that a lot of these lose on something, so I did clean, which is not in its list of good words. It wants camel, or metal, or decal, or glade. There's 647 words left, though. All right, I did clean, and it's so it says clean would lose on sappy, dandy, molly, and jolly. Very interesting. All right, well, clasp is the perfect follow-up, or claps, so I did that right. The words left were clack, which I did talk about, clamp, clash. I hadn't thought of clash, clasp, and class. So that's why it's like, okay, if we're lucky, the answer is either clasp, class, or clasp. And it was. No, sorry. The answer is either clamp, clasp, or class. And so that's if we're lucky. Oh no, or clash. Yeah, so the only thing it doesn't get is clack. So, oh wait, maybe it feels like clasp should just get it. I don't know why it's two average guesses. Okay. I see what's going on. So if you guess clasp and the S is green and the P is gray, then it could be clash or class, and we can't tell the difference between those. So that's why it pushes up the average a little bit. But it does get us clamp with that green P, and it gets us clack with two grays. So it is quite good, and it ended up just getting us clamp right away. All right. It would have done camel from here, which gets it gets all the letters. It's just clamp at that point. All the letters but P. All right. It suggests starting with tails. Let's see how that goes. For tails, we get the AL. It's going to go final from there. And then it just gets clamp. It gets extremely lucky, a 1 in 21. Just clamp happens to be the best thing to guess out of, sorry, not these, out of these options. Okay. There's no way I would have figured that out. But clamp is decent letters. Koala is really good. That's crazy. All right. So it gets it in 3 by sheer luck. Let's see if steel gets us lucky. It's going to go glamp. That's really funny. Glamp. All right. Or it goes madly, which also gets clamp next. Wow. So it's just determined to get it in 3. All right. We're going to look at a DU, the most common starting word. Going to go clasp here. And then we're going to get clamp. So it gets it in 3. That's a very lucky follow-up from that A. It's saying anything else might lose on something, like crawl. Interesting. That CRA trap, it's very concerned about. Clash loses on the Atch trap sometimes. Okay, anyway. For audio, we're going to go table, which would have lost on a whole lot of words. Paper, sassy, mat basically loses on the traps. But it's just going to go clasp, clamp again. Clasp is just a good word. Trace, it goes clasp, clamp again. Gets in 3. And then place might get clamp in 2. The bot might get it in 2. Or it could go clasp and then clamp. So we'll see what it ends up doing. All right, let's pull up the bot and see how people did today. I'm actually curious. I'm not sure. I had 99 skill. I had a perfect game. Luck is 49, 4 steps. So it doesn't use the first guess for the skill rating. Clean it really liked. It would have preferred Lance or Shale is equal, but all right. 144 people started with fruit. Most people followed up with slope. Suckers. I did clean, and I'm the only one who did clean. No one did Lance either. We've got leash. That's pretty good. Slope, plead, ocean, shade, chase, plain. All right. And then clasp was the way to go. That's what it would have picked. And clamp. So 98 plus 99 plus 99 averages to a 99. All right. It gets it in 3. It goes clasp first. We've got 0.4% clamp starters, 0.2% fruit starters. That's actually a relatively common start. All right. And turn 6, greater than 99% solve rate. Some people are losing on glamp, which the C and the G aren't close enough to each other that I don't think it's a fat finger. I think people are just not thinking of the word clamp and they're trying things and getting glamp. Because if they're going across the keyboard, they're getting glamp before they get to clamp. Claim, clary, clapped. I mean, these are all less than 0.1, so it's like going to be one person who lost on that. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? And if you would like to watch the New York Times games, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.